Thursday. It always starts off with this low connection, but we're good. So this morning I'm going to share with you this concept that I've been hearing over and over again through some courses, a mastermind group I'm part of. So some of these people that I'm learning from, good morning, Kristen, are Paul Goff. He's a physical therapist. He leads a mastermind group I'm part of. Amy Porterfield, I'm taking an online course from her. I've taken Stu McLaren's membership group course, and more recently, Brooke Castillo's life school coaching course on more of the mental component about things. So I'm really highly invested right now in, maybe too much, so I need to focus, but that's another issue. But this concept keeps coming up throughout all these people that I want to share with you in terms of my wheelhouse, which is helping you all with health and wellness and decreasing pain in your body, improving energy, that sort of stuff, improving your yoga practice if that's what you want to do, being able to continue to play golf or surf for your life, that sort of stuff. So how do these concepts that I'm learning in more of the business realm apply to health and wellness and body health, let's say? So it all comes down to the mind, essentially, and carving out the time to really take a step back and reflect where your body is, where your health and wellness is in your life right now, and also where do you want it to go? Because sometimes I find that this happens for myself. We keep going, and we end up waking up in the morning and we're more of in survival mode of just going throughout our day, hoping to fit in a workout, grabbing food on the go, hoping to do breath work, squeezing it in. If we have any discomfort in our body, like low back pain, maybe occasionally throwing in that exercise for the sciatica or exercise for the hamstrings or popping into a yoga class on a whim. But are we really taking the time to take a step back and strategize a plan for ourselves? And ultimately, that's what a lot of my patients in the clinic pay me to help do, is we actually sit down, we figure out first of all, what's going on? What tissue is being irritated? Why is that tissue being irritated? And then we need to take a look at that person's life, figure out the patterns that are working for them. So what's efficient, what's useful, the patterns that they can let go of in terms of moving and thinking. And then what are they going to be replaced with? What healthy lifestyle, what healthy lifestyle routines are they going to bring into their life consistently that brings upon the goal that they want to reach? So this kind of tags upon the previous week about taking small steps to reach a bigger goal. So in scenario, you don't even realize sometimes the goal that you want to reach until you take a step back and actually carve out the time to examine. So right now, this is the perfect time. It's fall. We just moved into a new season. We just moved into a new month. If you looked at my office right now, I'm doing a reorganization and kind of a mental cleansing, because as I mentioned, I'm in this big learning phase in my life and in shifting my business. What do I want out of my business for my family, for my own health and wellness, and when I'm thriving in my family life, when I'm thriving in my health and wellness, then I can better serve all of you. So I'm taking the time to take a step back and reorganize some thoughts and reflect, and I'm actually writing a lot down. I'm emptying out my head, physically reorganizing papers and books. I have a ton of wealth of information from some really great thinkers, really great business people that I just want to organize. So the point is that if you were to come into my office right now, you would think the Tasmanian devil had entered, because I just have papers everywhere. But I'm kind of creating this time to get a lot of these thoughts out of my head, put them on paper to regroup, and then go forward. In my business, I'm also going to go through something that I've learned in the mastermind group called a cockpit, to actually look at my numbers and see where they are there. And again, all of this gives me, when I feel organized, when I'm reflecting on the thoughts in my head, the direction that I want to go, making sure I'm carving out time to get on the yoga wall, go to yoga classes. I plan the day in terms of what I'm going to eat. When am I going to meditate? When am I going to breathe? All this sorts of stuff. Then essentially, when I'm recording a video for you guys, whether it be in my online membership group, a course I have coming up, whether you're physically in the office working with me one-on-one, then I have really high energy so I can be present with you guys completely. And so it allows me to better serve you guys. So essentially, if you have back pain, if you have low energy or difficulty sleeping at night, that can hold you back in terms of your productivity at work. It can hold you back from being the parent that you really want to be, because your energy isn't where it needs to be. You might get home from work feeling really tired, or you don't want to make a healthy dinner for your kids because you just don't want to be on your feet for long periods because of fear of back pain, just for example. Or you might wake up in the morning and have a really stiff neck and think that's how you slept. It's usually not the case. Usually that's just a catalyst. Usually there's a set of circumstances leading up to that moment. But that impacts your day, how you can drive in the car, maybe the length of time that you can be on the computer if you're an accountant, like typing in and doing the numbers. So it all feeds into each other, and it comes back to the main point, is that where in your day, where in your routine are you actually carving out the time to strategize for the coming weeks? You know, in businesses, we do this sometimes quarterly. We have quarterly meetings, we stop, we pause, we reflect on the previous quarter, and then we plan for future quarters. But we don't do that for health a lot of times, and I really do feel that it needs to be done. Otherwise, you're just going day to day, moment to moment, and it's more reactive instead of planning and essentially putting assets into your bank account so then you can withdraw them later as needed. So that's the thoughts for today. A lot of the times when I do talk with my patients and my clients on carving out the time to actually think, some objections that come up are, I don't have the time. Sometimes people don't feel worthy to spend time thinking just on themselves. Those are the two biggest ones, the time and the worthiness factor. And I'll counter those objections with, if you don't spend the time now, you'll spend the time in other ways that's kind of forced. So let's say, for example, you have a goal of surfing for your life, right? You want to just get in the water most days of the week. You want to paddle out. You want your shoulders to be healthy. You want your back to be healthy. And right now you take it, you know, it comes and goes. Some weeks you're able to get in the water just fine. Other weeks you feel stiff and sore, but you paddle through it anyways. You've heard that you should practice yoga because that could help with your flexibility, that maybe you should see someone about a pain that travels down your leg that comes and goes, but you actually haven't carved out the time to go ask someone for help. And that could be because, again, of those two factors. You feel like you don't have the time, you don't have the money to invest it, and you have to work because otherwise there won't be bread on the table for your family. However, here's the thing. If you don't take care, the risk of not setting aside the time now and going to see someone you want to see, for example, a massage therapist, you can come into the clinic, physical therapist, obviously we get to the root cause, I'm biased there, chiropractor, whatever it is, whatever resonates with you, if you're not choosing it, right, then what happens is then you go to travel with your family or go to travel for business and you bend forward to pick up the luggage off the rack. Then your back finally goes, right? Now you don't have a choice. You have to see someone urgently. You have to see someone that's available. You also probably won't have the choice of the time. You're going to have to invest the time anyways. So you're going to be in a much reactive situation versus planning things out. So you can see, you can either, hopefully I'm explaining this well, I'm going to try to organize my thoughts better. You can always give me feedback below. So either you can spend the time now and invest the money now in things that maybe resonate better with you, or you let it get so bad that you have to react and urgently spend the time in maybe scenarios that you wouldn't have put yourself in, or healthcare providers that you wouldn't normally have seen or chosen to see, but now you need to see because you're in so much pain. So I don't want to be a doomsday and say that if you don't take action, you're going to have back pain. Or an urgent scenario. That might not be the case. You might be able to sneak by, but again, you're always going to be in this survival mode of just hoping that it doesn't get worse, or hoping that one day you're going to get out of the water and everything's going to be fine, that sort of thing. So the point is it's better to take action now. Carve out the time to make a plan of when you're going to take care of yourself so you feel better, you move better, you have more confidence in your body and how you move, then be reactive down the road. Okay, so you can give me your feedback. I'm just kind of rambled on for a bit, so I'm going to stop this. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have difficulty carving out the time to just think, like, what do you want for health? What is your body telling you right now? How do you feel, like energy wise? Are there things that you want to improve upon? And are you taking the time to really make a plan to get there? So you can give me your feedback below. If you don't want to share with others, just message me. I can help to hold you accountable. And also, if you want to dive more onto this topic and other topics, especially for the moms that feel that they're new moms or maybe moms of toddlers and we're just so busy, and with our work, taking care of our family, and we don't feel worthy enough to carve out this time for ourselves, I highly recommend tuning into a podcast I just did with Kristen Kurtz. She's a yoga teacher and life coach. I just released it yesterday, so it's on the podcast. Ignite Your, just, on Apple or Spotify or any of these things, just search Ignite Your Wellness with a UR and it'll pop up and you can let me know your feedback. And that's it for today. I would love your feedback. Hope you have a great one. Bye.